Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back. It's Scrappin' Saturday, and today we are on week 7. We are going to talk about tabs and tags. And we're not really going to make anything. Well, I guess we can, but we've already made most of this stuff. So I guess today I've kind of usually record these 2 weeks at a time, so I'm already thinking ahead to week 8. Week 8 we will be making something, but today we're just going to talk about tags and tabs, and I'm going to be using my scraps. And as you know, for this collection we are using the Green and Coral Floral. So I'm just going to bring a hunk of scraps over here. This is for next week. I don't know why I pulled it over here. Okay, so some of next week will bleed into, some of this week will bleed into next week. But let's talk about tabs first. Okay, so there's all kinds of things you can do for tabs. Tabs don't have to be just one thing. Normally we think of tabs as in, you know, on dividers, the little pieces that attach, and we'll go ahead and let's go ahead and make some of those. The way that I do them is with my envelope punch board. So let's see, I'm going to do 1 inch. Am I going to do 1 inch? No, I'm going to do 1.5 inches. And we can adjust this, you know, if we need. So I have another one for something else. All right, so 1.5 inches. Let me get some of this stuff kind of out of the way for a second, because I'm going to need my scoreboard. And I am going to score at 3/4 of an inch, which is the middle. Okay, and I am going to fold that in half. All right, now I am going to use my bone folder. It's buried somewhere. I just did a couple of Flippin' Fridays, so I've got a little pile going over here. And I will put these in my envelope punch board. Now, there's a couple ways you can do this. You can line this edge right up with the center, or you can line it up. I don't know if you can see. Mine's kind of a little bit broken. This piece popped off. But if yours is correct, it'll look like that. And you can see there's about 1/4 inch opening. So you can put your tab right on the center point of this triangle area here, or you can line it up on the edge, whatever. It makes a little extra little curl if you do it over. I'll show you. I'll do this edge right in the middle. Okay. You can see that it just kind of slopes down, and then I'll do this one lining it up on the edge there, and you can see it gives it kind of a little flip up kind of thing. So just depends on what you like. I usually go with this because it's easier to line it up. So I am putting the folded side in. I guess I should mention that, and I'm going to go over to I usually do these about 2.5, so I'm taking my edge over to 2.5 and punching again, and then all I have to do when I want a tab, you can do a whole long row of these, and then when you need a tab, all you have to do is clip it off, and there you have a regular kind of tab, that what I think of as a normal tag that you would put on the side of a page. You can make these any length. You can see this one is, gosh, this one's 3.5 inches. This one's 2.5 inches, right? Is that what I did? Yeah. So you decide whether you want large tabs or small tabs or whatever. So I can come in and just clip that off like that, and I have a larger tab. Okay. We're talking about tabs and tags today. So, and some of this is going to overlap with the Flippin' Friday because we've been doing tags on Flippin' Friday, but I have these 2 tag punches from Hobby Lobby. I got them when they were 40% off. 40% off or 50% off, I'm not sure. I think Tim Holtz goes 40% off, these go 50% off. And it's pretty much every other week these are going to be on sale, so do not pay $25 for these. But you can use 1.5, 2, and 2.5. These are scalloped, and then these are more angular, and there's another one, but I don't remember at this moment what it is. I need to get to Hobby Lobby and pick that up. But basically, when you have an offcut piece like this, you just stick it in here and punch, and then you can put that in your stash until you need it. So there we have a tag. Now, sometimes you'll want a tag that has a tab. So you may decide to take and make a tab. Now this one's too big, but you could easily put a tab on a tag and punch a hole through it and make it like, you know, something like that. You could use a circle punch and fold it in half and use that as a tab. I just recently acquired this punch, and I got it for making these little book plates. But then I saw on Junk Journal Junkies where somebody had folded these over and used those as tabs. Let's see what that looks like. This is the one that I kind of messed up, so I don't mind. It does, this one actually punches the shape, and then it punches the hole, and it sets a hole. So I don't need to use the whole thing, but I'm just gonna stick that in there. And then you can see if I fold that in half, that would make a nice little tab on the side of a page, or a tag topper. So it could go either, well, I'm going to do it on this side so you can see, but it could go on the top like such, or it could go even like this if you wanted to make it a tag topper. Punch a hole in that. They overlap consistently in what you can do. Now a lot of times I will take, let me find another, all these pieces of paper look the same. The nails are getting too long again. Let me cut a piece off of this. And show you what I like to do to make my tags. I'm going to make this 3 by 6. That's a good size for a tag I like to use. And I will take my Martha Stewart corner punch. Now this is, if I remember, these are called stamp arounds. I have a straight stitch and a corner punch, or straight punch, edge punch, I guess it would be called, and a corner punch that came together, and you can make doilies with them. I have never done it because math. And I do have a cheat sheet that I need to revisit so that I can make some cute little doilies. But I like to use these for tag corners. You know, you can easily cut the corner, flip it over. Everybody's made a tag, right? But I like to make them decorative, and I'll just punch the corners like that and make a little tag like that. You could trim this off and make that as a tab as well. That would be really cute as a tab on a page. I might have to revisit that one. Yeah, just a number of ideas of things that you can do. It doesn't have to be a tab. You could take a ticket. I saw, I think it was on Corey's, where she had just taken a ticket and sewn it across the top of a tag to make a tab and a tag topper. That can be done on the side of a page. Anything that can be done on the side of a page can be done on the top of a tag, and vice versa. Any piece of paper folded in half, doesn't have to be fancy, doesn't have to be punched. Just any piece of paper can be folded in half. This is an old book page, and there you have a tab for the side of the page. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. So I hope you'll try this. This is a great way to use up your scraps. I'm trying to get better about using all my scraps and being aware of how many, because they do multiply. You use one, you get 3 more, and we got to keep getting them out of here. I hate to waste paper, and I hate to throw it away, which is what apparently I used to do in the olden days. I never really threw it away. What I would do is I would buy the scrapbook kits, do my scrapbook layouts, and then I would take everything, put it in a plastic bag, and I would pass it on to somebody else. And in my mind, they used every last piece of it, and I don't have to worry about it. So that's what I'm sticking with. I'm looking for that other tab I made. Oh, there we go. So there's the other tab. So anyway, if you have any questions about tabs or tags, you know, just keep in mind that with any of this stuff, there's no rules. We make it up as we go. You can do all kinds of things with tabs and tags. Even I've tried doing this. I don't know if this will work again, but just making a little top punch, and then I kind of, you could use this as a little, I just thought of this. You can use that as a little thing like that. Look at that. Look what I just did. A little closure. I didn't even know. What I was going to say is I usually, and this is what I usually do, I take that triangle and I follow it down on both sides and I cut that off and I just use it decorative as like a little tag or something. But that is totally a closure. Look at that. Now, I might have to revisit that for tomorrow because I think tomorrow, Corey's, not tomorrow, next week. It's not very visible on this paper, but it works very well. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Anyway, see, you invent things as you go. So I hope you guys are liking this series. I hope you're trying some of these things out. Next week we're going to be making another belly band. Like I said, a lot of the Flippin' Friday and Scrappin' Saturday things cross over because as you're making flips and flaps and folds, you get scraps. And yeah, so I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye now.